Hello everyone, I am Tacet, and today the new mythic Elemaugrim, dragon from Dragon's Claw, in the Glory Gem Guild and VIP chest this week. We are going to be doing some teams for him right now, so let's get into them, show him, go see what he can do. We did do one battle earlier during the key opening, and I will be showing that team again, as it is pretty outstanding. But what does this thing do? It deals damage to all enemies, synergizes really well with things like the Dragon Soul, Christine X, anything that's a dragon that can hit all enemies, or just anything in general that can hit all enemies. It also creates 8 purples, and that's boosted per burning enemy for a maximum of a 12 purple spawn if your entire enemy team was burned, so that's pretty nice on it. It does have a excessively high mana cost, but this is offset by the fact that it can create its own color to a pretty high amount too, if you can get that 12. A little bit low on HP, but still it has the heart to make up for that slightly. It does have Impervious, which currently makes it the best possible Impervious option for a Mythic, because there's Plague, Wolf Garrick, and then of course Elemaugrim. And out of the three, I would definitely say that Elemaugrim is the most powerful. And its final trait is it gets to reduce a crazy amount of attack, 4 attack every single extra turn. So if you just do several of those, you can reduce your entire enemy's team down to 0 attack. This final trait does make it so it won't be able to be used with a fully traded Sylvain Moor. The reason for this is any troop that is entangled cannot gain or lose attack. So unfortunately, even though they'd have their 0 attack right there, you can't just use this since you wouldn't be able to reduce it. So you're better off never using this troop with a Sylvain Moor that's traded. Instead, you'd most likely use it with Christine X or any of the other green dragons that you may have available. But let's get into some teams with him, see what this thing can do. I think I'll start with okay, we'll start with this one, I guess. I was testing this one, of course, and all of them. But we'll go with the Purple Guild Wars setup first. We have 3 immunities here, or technically 4, but we have the Death Mark immunity off the Mesmer, and we have 2 Imperviouses. We have the Elemaugrim, and we have the Plague. And this is an all Daemon version of it. There are dragon replacements for this. One thing to note is that there is currently enough dragons in the game that you can go an all purple dragon team using Elemaugrim. You'd use things like Van Barrack, Shadow Dragons, stuff like that, and you could form an entire team of dragons that are all purples. I wouldn't really advise this though, I was going to show it, but the main problem with it in the context of Guild Wars is it has no summon, so I figured I'd go the Daemon route. There are a couple Daemons, and of course Amnesia is the best possible Daemon summon option. So not enough purples on the board, though we will get the Storm going, so I think I am going to throw this down. This team unfortunately is not going to be showing off the burning mechanic. We do have a team that will be doing that. Of course, if you don't have burn, the maximum he'll ever do every single cast is a 8 purple gem spawn. So we'll get that down, and it actually lands, surprisingly, even though we only had 8. So that 8 did a lot of work there. As you can see, we are getting the attack reduction down every single time, which is pretty nice. Actually, his whole team, 0 attack. I did not realize it went that quick already. Wow. I wouldn't be surprised if they cut it back down to 3. It was originally going to be 2, or actually his trait was originally going to burn all enemies, and of course that was way too powerful. But it was then changed to a 2 attack reduction, and then I guess that was too low. Then they made it a 3, and that was probably right. And now it's a 4, so we'll see how that pans out. I could definitely see them cutting it back slightly though. That is pretty high. I did set my banner to +2 blue, +1 yellow, -1 green. The main reason for this is to get Amnesia up as much as possible. The Mesmer there, I'm not really too worried about him doing stuff. He's kind of just there for the Darkstorm with the Amnesia if we can get that combo, or otherwise he's just there for the 5 bonus stats that we gain to all purples. And of course, since our entire team is purples, we gain 5 stats to everything, including itself. Unfortunately, it doesn't apply to summon troops, only the ones that you initially had when you first started off the battle. So I guess I take a skull. Does it really matter if I take skulls though? Since if he takes skulls, it does literally nothing. Oops. That was a miss. But luckily that wasn't a natural move. We'll take the free skull. That's why I didn't want to take the other move. It looked like we were going to give him a free skull. We have so much immunity that we only have the 2 of them death marked. We would have only had 1 if the Mesmer was still alive in the first slot there. But we'll take the blue. Hope for a blue cascade. It looks like we don't get it. But all we need is a little bit more mana. Pretty much already there. Gotta take this blue. And no, that actually is 1 mana short, unfortunately. So we'll see if we have Inferno King alignment. Doesn't look like it by the looks of things. Will we have a chance? We can get triple reds, but that will not be anything other than just a triple red. Well, we'll do that then. Doesn't look like we're getting skull anywhere. Actually, looks like we're giving him a skull, which isn't bad since he'll just waste his turn. Though he does end up getting a red out of it. But we'll throw this down, of course. Quite a bit of damage to all of them. We'll get our nice little purple. Not enough, though, to really do anything. No extra turn, nothing like that. We'll go for our... Oh, if that red would have stayed there, that would have been nice. But we'll go for our blue right here, get both of them up. We actually finally got Plague. Plague isn't really here to do much. He's mainly here for the Impervious and for the stat reduction. And the fact that he's a Daemon, giving us some extra stats. I believe he's giving us the extra magic, I think. Pretty sure that we're gaining the extra magic from it. Because we get +2 attack for 3 Daemons, if I'm not mistaken. But, yeah, I guess we'll throw the Plague. We have him as well. Maybe we'll hit some HP. Good, he did hit HP on the first one. He hit attack reduction on the other guy. How did that guy get an attack? I guess we hit his armor at, his HP at one point, because he does have Frenzy on his second trait. This feels weird that he has it, not the other. I did not see what ended up giving him that one attack. First, they can gain back their attack, but you can just reduce it right back down like that. And now it's all the way back down to... What? It went back down to 0. Why is it at 1? Oh, because we did HP damage as well. Now it should be 0. Okay, I was gonna say that was a little weird, but it was because we did HP damage at the same time we reduced his attack, and he ended up keeping the 1. The reason for this is traits go in the order that you have them in. So what happened is we reduced their attack down to 0 with Elemaugrim, but then we did HP damage off the aspect of Plague, which then triggered their Frenzy, which gave them 1 attack. There are some weird things that can happen based on trait order, and that is one of them, apparently. So we'll throw the Inferno King here, and that should be match. So that'll go down, get a skull, I didn't even need to do anything, and that's match. So that's an all-purple Guild Wars team. Of course, you can just go with all of the purple dragons, and you can cover all the colors. Though the problem with that team is it doesn't really synergize perfectly, and it doesn't have a summoner, which is a pretty big break for me. I would not do it because of that personally. But let's go for the all-dragon team. Of course, what he's meant to be made with. Demistroxia, first time I'm actually really using this, other than in the testing of this. It has a 75% chance to burn now instead of its usual 25%. And since it will cover the rest of the colors here, works pretty well. Of course, the Dragon Soul Christine X combo is kind of a given, since both of them do hit all enemies. So we'll be able to run this. It does about the same damage of Christine X, actually a little bit less, because Christine X will end up doing a higher boost ratio, but we'll throw this down. Could be a little annoying with the Corvash there. Hopefully we can get a really quick Dragon Soul down, and based on this board, it looks like we have it. All we need is one more move after this, and we're already good to go. So we'll take our purple right there, and another purple. Oh, 1 mana short. Okay. Well, we'll need to find that mana somewhere. There goes the Mercy. There's actually alignment. Gosh, there's like almost no purple, yet he still gets alignment. And so we're frozen on our Dragon Soul now. It would be great if we can get red somewhere. Don't see any available. Nope, can't even take the purple. Can I even try falling for it? We can do the brown or something weird like that. Don't really need the mana. We do get a blue out of it though, so I guess we'll go for it. And nope, oh, hello red. I did not see that red. Okay, well, we'll get that. That works fine. So we'll throw that down, get our mana generation right in time before the Corvash, as long as he doesn't get an extra turn here somehow. So it looks like he won't get it, but he will get his mana. So I will need to throw down on something. I almost feel like going on blues, since we don't need blues as much as he does. His whole entire team is based heavily on the blue. So there he goes. He'll take the skull. We'll throw the Dragon Soul. We should get Elemaugrim out of it. Okay, he took away the extra turn. Yellow, we are not frozen on, so I will move that just for the extra attack reduction. In case he gets another skull, just to make sure we can keep our Dragon Soul alive. Since we can just keep reducing his attack down. So he's finally going to get the Corvash. We do get to keep the Crystallize at least, though. And come on, burn. Please burn. Please, 75% chance. Go. Oh, there we go. And now we get a 12 purple spawn off of the burn. And that should land an extra turn. 12 is an excessively high amount of spawn. And there we go. Down it goes off the skull. So yeah, that is Elemaugrim. Definitely a very, very powerful option. And we have one additional team. Ooh, Zookeeper. Oh gosh, this is one of the most annoying teams. If this can win against this, then it's pretty solid. Though this is one of the lesser solid ones, admittedly. It was the Shadow Dragon, Giant Spider, Elemaugrim, and Yarrow for the constant purple convert for the quick Giant Spider, kind of based around the Giant Spider to get those quicker spawns. Yarrow there for the burn. You can use a Shegger for burning as well. Yarrow will of course do it off the extra turns. If we did it off the Shegger, we'd have to focus on taking more reds, which I didn't really want to have to do. So we're going to go for this team. Could completely fumble. He is using one of the stronger, more annoying defend teams right there. So we have beat this many times before, just with this particular team. Not quite sure how it'll pan out, but we'll see what happens. So we'll start with the burns, start with the attack reductions. I do want to take every possible extra turn we can, as the value we get from them is pretty high. I am going to go for a skull here. We do gain additional attack on our Dragon Soul. I don't want to kill the troop out too quickly though. But every purple we do take does end up increasing our Dragon Soul attack, only by 1. It's a really weird, unique trait that I wish they would kind of either completely scrap, rework, or do something with. It's a really odd trait that doesn't really scale compared to other options available. Even the new mythic gets like 2 to all stats for taking reds. This thing gains 1 attack every single time it takes a purple. Still adds up over time, but it's pretty weak relative to other options out there. So I am going to let it take the skull. We have reduced its attack some. We'll just take that, get most of our Dragon Soul's mana back, and this will give us, mainly did this for the alignment for the Giant Spider, since now we can cast pretty much anywhere and land a solid Giant Spider. So there we go. Don't really have a follow-up option. We do have 1 burn still on him, so we can get 9 right here. So that will land, give us our manas back. And we do have a Shadow Dragon, not for an extra turn, but we will get a good majority of his mana back. Oops, I almost did not see that. Definitely want to take that. And we still get our single pair. Just double check for any other ones I might have missed. Actually, I might just go for a blue here instead. Doesn't look like it's really going to do much next turn. So we'll let it take a little bit of purple there, a little bit of green, get Skull distracted, get a Giant Spider off, get the Shadow Dragon off. And here their attack is so low at this point that they can't really do much. Oh, this is really nice if it ends up working. We'll convert that to a purple, and now we can... Oh, wait, never mind. It'll move some, but still in alignment. And now we can use the Shadow Dragon into that. We also have the entire team burned except for 1. Never mind, that's the entire team now. So we will end up getting a 12 spawn, so never mind. I definitely did underestimate this a little bit. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. This is definitely an instance where it did indeed work, so that's great. So there we go. Infinite loop. This was what I was trying to do in theory, though this is the first time I actually got it working, so I'm kind of surprised. But yeah, the whole entire team's still burning, so we can kind of just keep spamming it, which is kind of funny that you can spam a mythic. Normally you can't do that with mythics, but that is definitely very powerful. All you have to do is just keep casting Elemaugrim after Elemaugrim. The entire team stays burned. We have the Yarrow, making sure that they stay burned too. But this is just match at this point. Endless Elemaugrim loop. That is pretty insane. It's like a web spinner that does like 2-3 times as much damage. Or probably more towards 2. But there we go. Yeah, that is Elemaugrim in a nutshell. Either infinite loop, or you use it with dragons, or you use it with Daemons. Those are like literally all 3 options you have to use with Elemaugrim. So that'll wrap it up for this video. Hope you all have the best of luck in getting it within the keys this week. If you don't fret, as the crafting system is coming soon, TM. Probably within the next 2-ish months or so. Hopefully we'll have the crafting system, and definitely Elemaugrim is a pretty good choice. It is one of the stronger mythics right now. Definitely one of the stronger dragons. Also one of the stronger imperviouses. It's about the strongest thing in almost every regard that it has. So pretty nice troop. Its main weakness, I'd probably say, is surprisingly skull spam if you can get off before it can really get the reductions. Because you can't really stun it, you can't really status affect it, you can't death mark it, you can't devour it. It doesn't really have too many weaknesses other than just a single shot to kill it out quick, or skull spam before it attack reductions. But yeah, that is the new troop. Definitely a lot of fun, and hope you all have a wonderful day.